What's going on, YouTube? I'm that cologne guy E, and this is Simply Put Sense. And on this channel, we talk about some of the best and worst fragrances on the market today. My goal is to help you save time and money, and again, allow you to smell amazing without smelling ordinary. Because smelling ordinary is boring, you know, and who wants to smell ordinary? At the end of the day, guys, I'm here at the wonderful, the one and only Bergdorf Goodman, where I stream every Wednesday. Yeah, so if you are not familiar with this channel and you're joining, I would very, very much like to encourage you to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you're aware of any time I upload. I'm typically doing lives these days, guys, so YouTube is kind of hiding my videos because unless you're doing recorded videos, it's not as easy to find. But it's okay, because as long as my core audience is watching, that's all that I care about. Hope you're all blessed. Hope you're all well. Happy New Year. I think we said this last time, but again, if I hadn't spoken to you or if you're new again, Happy New Year. Hope you're all blessed and hope you're all well. So I wanted to talk to you all about some amazing finds that I discovered, some new releases in the House of Bergdorf, if you will. Bergdorf Goodman has some of the most exclusive, luxurious, and interesting fragrances that you'll find in any department store in the country. The fragrance selection is next level. Although I do have to tell you all, if you are a guy and you come to Bergdorf Goodman and you're looking to find a fragrance, choose the women's store to find your fragrance. Don't go to the men's store at Bergdorf Goodman if you're a guy and you're looking for a men's fragrance. There are way more masculine options in the women's store than there are in the men's store. Again, it's depressing how they treat men. We're always considered the afterthought, even though we do spend a ton of money, you know, but it is what it is. But yeah, if you are interested in fragrance at Bergdorf, definitely come to the women's store. You will not be disappointed. That's my suggestion. What's going on, Rich? What's going on, S to the O? So grateful for you all. What's going on? IA32 Magic J. I'm just gonna call you Magic J. Okay, what's good? What's up, Rob? Hope you're blessed, bro. Bro, wait till you smell that Lover. That's all I'm gonna say. We're gonna talk about Lover a little bit. What's going on, Jay? What's going on, Charles? Charles, you have to come by, bro. I would love to give you a tour of the store and show you some hidden gems you probably never knew existed. It would be an honor to come through and meet you. What's going on, Jason? Grateful for you all coming by and checking out this video as always. So I wanted to talk to you about some new releases. I wanted to talk to you about some new fragrances that I'm actually very impressed by. Unfortunately, a couple of the bottles that I wanted to show on the channel today, I couldn't take from their section, their area. I have a client and I'm live. Ah! It is what it is. I gotta focus on you all first, because I'm on here. Ah! They'll sell it for me. Anyway, so I wanted to talk to you all about some really amazing new finds that you'll find at Bergdorf, including one of my brand's newest fragrance, a beautiful fragrance called Lover. I mentioned this fragrance to you guys for the last, you know, like, darn it, they're going light. There it is. There it is. It's called Lover by the maker. Guys, this fragrance just launched, and it's by the brand that I work at, I manage here at Bergdorf, and I gotta say, it is spectacular. I mentioned this to you all before. Lover is a beautiful, beautiful experience. One of my favorite experiences of Fig I've ever smelled. I'm not saying it because I worked for this brand. This is truly one of the best Fig fragrances I've ever smelled. Easily. It's in that world. I feel like this is going to be a reference Fig. This is going to be a reference Fig for people who want to smell a warmer experience of Fig, a deeper experience of Fig. Because again, Fig is typically very, very happy, very, very, you know, it's very, very summer forward, usually uber sweet. But the maker created a very, very sexy Fig. And Fig and sexy are usually not you know, they don't usually go hand in hand. But this is a sexy fig. This is not like a happy fig. This is not like a uberly sweet, juicy fig. This is a warm, huggable, cozy, extremely, extremely deep, sexy fig with tons of ingredients, tons of complexity. It just has to be experienced. You have to experience Lover from the maker. It is ridiculous. This is definitely one of the new releases at Bergdorf, and it is killing it so far. I'm selling tons of these, and yeah, they are awesome. I would definitely, definitely love to share samples with you. I have a nice amount of samples to share with my audience only. So this is only all to you all. So if you're interested in trying Lover by the maker, just email me at simplyputsense@gmail.com. Simplyputsense@gmail.com. You all can see how it's spelled right down below. And yeah, just request your sample, and please leave your address if you haven't left your address with me in the past, because you have to smell this. You just have to smell it. I think it's going to be such a big deal in the fragrance world, and maybe not, because the brand is kind of low key and obscure. Not everyone knows the maker even exists, but people who know about Lover and who are wearing Lover, you're gonna smell insane. You're gonna smell not only insane, but you're gonna smell amazing for at least 8 hours. This scent is extremely present, extremely noticeable, and it carries in the air. You know, you will. I gotta just tell you, this is a fragrance for collectors. Lover is a collector's fig, period. Gotta smell it. Please let me know if you're into it. You just gotta try it. You gotta try it. And I helped evaluate this fragrance, so I'm also very excited from that perspective as well. It's one of the first scents that actually was involved in sort of I was involved in the process of creating the scent, so I'm really, really excited about it. So yeah, wanted to put you on to Lover. That is one of the new amazing fragrances here at Bergdorf Goodman by the maker. It's not all over TikTok. It's not all over Instagram. So yeah, if you are into fig, just prepare yourself. Prepare yourself, because it's one of the best. It's literally one of the best. And I put my entire reputation behind that. So that's saying something, guys. What's going on, Will? Oh man, you always gotta run, bro. You're always out. You're a busy man. I'm grateful for you coming through. Thank you so much for showing your face and sharing your comment, brother. Yeah, so that was one. Definitely had to put you on to that. I also want to show you just a little bit of what Lover is offering in terms of like the ingredients. So I will share with you my screen. So just to share with you, Lover, fig, Georgian balsam, Madagascan black pepper, vanilla. Again, vanilla in the top note. Very interesting, very, very unique. You rarely see vanilla at the top of the scent. But this fragrance gives you creamy fig from the jump, and that's because of that vanilla in the opening. Cedarwood, jasmine, sambac, narcissus, and suede, your mid notes. Base notes of sandalwood, Indian sandalwood, and it's a white Indian sandalwood, musk, oud, and vetiver. So you get this really warm, deep base that literally carries throughout the entire life of the fragrance. I just gotta say, it's an extremely complex fig. It's an extremely complex sandalwood fragrance if you're into sandalwood. It's a very, very, very complex floral if you're a fan of jasmine. I feel like those three notes are like definitely the highlights of the scent, and they are. It's so damn good. It is so good. Like, honestly, the mindset behind this fragrance is create a fragrance a collector would want to add to their collection. That's what Lover is. It's lovable. Get your nose on it. Send me your address and I will mail it to you. The next fragrance that I wanted to share with you all is actually, I wanted to talk to you about the Dior New Look fragrance that we talked about last week. Last week we talked about the New Look fragrance, the newest creation by Francis Kurkdjian from Dior. New Look used to be called New Look 1947, I believe, and they got rid of the number. It's just New Look now. And I'm so sorry, guys. I have so much lighting here that is blowing out the fragrance names on these bottles. But let me see if I can make it pop. There we go. New Look by Christian Dior. Um, Guys, what's so crazy awesome about New Look is that it's a weirdo. I don't think a lot of people are gonna like this fragrance. Matter of fact, I gotta be honest with you. I've heard people who worked at Dior say they don't understand why Francis Kurkdjian created something so interesting, so weird for Dior. Meanwhile, under his own line, creates everything so commercial and so pretty and so beautiful. New Look is not pretty. New Look could be considered beautiful depending on who's wearing it, because I noticed that your skin really, really makes a difference with this scent, like all fragrances. But New Look does not smell good on paper. When you smell this on paper, it comes across like dirty seawater. It's kind of funky. It's kind of not dirty sea. It's like, yeah, dirty seaweed, dirty seawater. It definitely comes across like dirty ocean, right? But I don't know what it is about it. It's kind of fishy, kind of seaweedy, but I don't know what it is about this fragrance, but I'm into it. I'm really into it. This fragrance has a lot of aldehyde. It has frankincense. So it's an odd dog. It's an odd duck. It's a weirdo. It's artistic in my opinion. And that's probably one of the reasons why I'm attracted to it, because I don't find this as a scent that I would wear typically. And I don't think I would wear this especially for compliments. You're not going to get complimented wearing this fragrance unless your skin makes this fragrance just take on a whole new life. But the scent itself is not what I would describe as pretty. I wouldn't even describe this fragrance as beautiful. It's different. It's interesting. It's not a commercial fragrance, which is one of the reasons why I'm impressed by it. But it's not a fragrance that I think I would gravitate toward if I wanted to. I don't think I would want to smell like this at any point. Personally, I wore it. I'm attracted to it. I'm into it. I think it's a very interesting fragrance, and I find interesting fragrances more interesting, more intriguing, more likable. I'm a fan of a weird fragrance, personally speaking. And this is definitely not expected. After Dior Riviera, which is like a very fresh, clean fig, perfectly sweet and perfect for hot weather, this is not like a commercial. I don't know what they were thinking. The aldehydes in this fragrance doesn't smell, again, like aldehydes you know. It's not like, it doesn't smell like an old person fragrance. It doesn't smell like a fragrance from a different era. It's also very, very resinous. So it's like, imagine aldehydes with resin. You know, there's a frankincense note in this fragrance. And where have you ever heard of frankincense and aldehyde working together in a fragrance? It's very, very different and very, very unexpected. And to a lot of people, very unattractive. I'm gonna be honest. If you're a person that just like loves a very pretty fragrance, you're not gonna like New Look. You're gonna think it's crap. You're gonna think, not that it's crap. You probably think like, why would they make something like this under Dior? This is something that I would expect from Dias and Durga. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. This is more of a Dias and Durga vibe. So that's why I'm impressed that Dior came out with it, but it's not gonna do well, I don't think. I just don't see I just don't see people wanting to buy it, you know, especially for the price point that it's worth. Lasts on me about 4 to 5 hours. I'm attracted to it, but I don't know if a lot of people will find it attractive. I think you have to have like I think you have to be like a fragrance collector that appreciates things that you don't typically smell. You would find that interesting. But most people are going to smell it and be like, nah, what is this? What's going on, Dior? What's going on? A departure, but a welcome departure. And that's, again, the kind of the rub. Most companies, when they're making things that are easy to like and really beautiful, but just basic or simple, people downplay it and call it crap and call it like a cheapie and call it like a money grab. Then when brands like Dior do fragrances like New Look that is kind of like outside the box, artistic, different, strange, in an interesting way, a fragrance that will lead to like, what is that and why is that, and like investigating questions like, Fragrances that kind of go that direction, people reject them. So it's like the community, the fragrance community, hates fragrances that are basic, and the larger community hates fragrances that are interesting and artistic. So it's really, really a fine line a lot of brands have to go through to meet expectations of the person who loves fragrance and the person who's getting into fragrance. Crazy. This is not for people getting into fragrance though. This is kind of like a clean, musky, aldehydic skin scent kind of fragrance, you know, in that world. Just smells like, you know, you had a good shower, but honestly, some people are going to feel like that fragrance smells dirty. I'm really curious to get what you all think. Have you all smelled New Look? What is your impression? I'm very, very curious to find it out. But yeah, let me know what you think of New Look. Let me quickly show you what it's like. Let me quickly show you my screen because I find it fascinating. So New Look, as you can see, the rating is very low. It's very low. This is not what people expect from Dior at all. This is not what people expect from Francis Kurkdjian, period. This is definitely a new look for Dior. But again, I'm into it. The scent lasts on my skin about 5 to 6 hours. It became a skin scent after 2 hours. And it's interesting. It's resinous and it's sparkling. Weird. Some people might like that weird. I kind of found it interesting, and it's also yeah. And if you can see, Main Accord's fresh synthetic, it is definitely a synthetic smelling fragrance, but it also comes across very minimalist. So it's almost like Dior is trying to communicate that that New Look scent is literally the skin scent trend that's popping right now. And it's absolutely destroying it right now. That clean, musky freshies like Glacier You, Fleur de Peau, Naked by the Maker, just very, very fresh, clean florals that have like a very dusty quality to them. I'm into that. I really find it great. And New Look I find interesting, but I don't think a lot of people will like it. So anyway, Amber Aldehydes Frankincense. Unexpected, odd, interesting. I really, really like it, but I know most people won't like it at all. Most people will not be able to make sense of it. Anyway, the next fragrance I wanted to talk to you all about is a new fragrance from the house of Yves Saint Laurent. And it is a fragrance marketed to women. You already know Le Parfum Libre L'Absolu. You already know this. This fragrance, guys, smells awesome. Men, women, anyone can wear this fragrance, even though it's one of the most popular. Actually, this fragrance won the fragrance, like the top fragrance for women by Fragrantica's. Like they did like some award thing. We're gonna go over that next week, by the way. But this fragrance actually won the best female fragrance release of 2023. And I have to tell you, it makes sense. It's beautiful. Dominique Ropignon made this fragrance, a master at vanilla. If you know about Dominique Ropignon, you know that he's an absolute beast when it comes to vanilla. He did Baby Cat. He did Vanilla Barca by Amouage, which is one of my favorite vanilla experiences of all time. And of course, Le Parfum by YSL, Libre L'Absolu. Libre L'Absolu smells a lot like this fragrance, and I'm gonna show it to you right now. I told you this before, guys, and I stand by it. It reminds me a lot of this fragrance right here by Zara, and it's called For Him. And this is, of course, probably like the multiple, they've done so many different iterations of this fragrance. This fragrance For Him by Zara has been in multiple different bottles over the last few years. I think it came out in 2008 or 2012. It came out a while ago. This is Zara's longest running fragrance for gentlemen in their collection, and that they still actually make. Usually Zara discontinues fragrances every few months. The newest fragrances that they release, they discontinue it within months, literally. But For Him has stuck around, and it's stuck around for a while. And honestly, it smells a lot like Libre Le Parfum. They literally could be in the same family. Like they could be cousins easily, easily, easily. But the fragrance that I wanted to focus your attention on is a new release by YSL. It's called Absolu Platine. And Absolu Platine is a very interesting scent by YSL. This fragrance, it's marketed to women, but just like Le Parfum, I wouldn't call it pretty. I wouldn't call it feminine, you know, at all. Actually, Libre Le Parfum, excuse me, L'Absolu. Libre L'Absolu Platine, actually, in my opinion, is probably the most masculine Libre fragrance. Men can easily wear this. And one of the reasons why it gets such crappy ratings online is because a lot of women feel like it's too masculine for their taste. I don't know. I find it really, I think anyone could wear it. I definitely understand how some women will feel that this fragrance comes across like a men's fragrance. It smells like a YSL fragrance for men. Like this could have easily been like a, this could easily be like a flanker of like Y, you know? But I have to be honest with you, this would be the best Y ever made. From like all the Ys, the this, the that, the parfum, the le parfum, the intense, whatever, all the Ys. This could easily be in that family. I just caught it. That's crazy. This could be in that family. And I think this smells better than all the Ys. Like I would wear this fragrance marketed to women before I would even consider putting on Y. And I don't, I think this is crazy good. I think this is great. I think this is going to be a fragrance that, again, a lot of women are going to feel like, am I wearing my man's fragrance today? A lot of women aren't going to like it, but I think women who do wear this are going to smell beautiful because it's definitely androgynous. This fragrance features white lavender, Calabrian bergamot, Calabrian mandarin orange, French lavender, provincial lavender, Moroccan orange blossom, ambergris, bourbon vanilla, and heliotrope. And Filippo and Carlos Benaim made this scent. Excellent perfumers, like literally master perfumers. I really think this is a very impressive fragrance for a designer fragrance. It's very interesting. I think this smells better than a lot of the masculine fragrances made for men. This smells more masculine than a lot of those fragrances. It's a floral, deep scent, and you definitely get the bourbon vanilla in the base. So one of the things that makes this fragrance, I would say, very, very gender neutral is the fact that there is, like, other than heliotrope, there's not a lot of ingredients that are primarily used in mostly feminine scents. So very, very interesting fragrance. I'm really, really curious as to how this trend is going to actually play out, you know, because I'm noticing a lot of feminine scents don't smell pretty. They smell beautiful, but not pretty, not like what you would expect a lot of women to want to smell like. So I gotta tell you, I'm very impressed. I'm very impressed. I think a lot of women will hate it though, but I think it's a great fragrance. And if a woman doesn't want to smell overtly pretty, she doesn't want to smell like a bunch of fruit and white flowers, this could be for her. It's definitely in a metallic style. It has like, I mean, the way the bottle kind of looks, that platinum look, kind of fits the aesthetic of the scent because it's definitely metallic. I just get a ton of citrus, a ton of vanilla, and florals. But not like, you know, high school girl, not like, you know, not a woman's floral. It's very, I mean, women are obviously, this is marketed to women, so obviously it's made for women's taste, but it's fascinating. I feel like it definitely comes across as a signal that a lot of women don't want to smell expected. You know, a lot of women don't want to smell like what you would find that a lot of women smelled like. You know, a lot of women want to smell different than what is kind of being put in their face all the time. And I appreciate this. Definitely a very unique experience. Now, I wouldn't say totally unique, but for a fragrance marketed to women, it's definitely different. Definitely different, in my opinion. So I wanted to share with you my opinions on the new L'Absolu Platine by Libre. Men, if you are someone that doesn't really care what a fragrance is marketed, who a fragrance is marketed to, get your nose on it. If you're someone who likes Y, if you're someone who likes Eros, if you're someone who likes Eros Flame, if you're someone who likes any deep vanilla forward fragrance, you might find this to be a really cool casual vibe. Just saying. The next fragrance I wanted to talk to you all about is a really awesome fragrance called French Poetry by Saint Rose. So guys, French Poetry, Saint Rose. What is Saint Rose? Who is Saint Rose? Have you ever heard of Saint Rose? I'm really curious. Saint Rose, in my opinion, is a brand that very few people know about, very few people have heard of. It's a vegan collection. It's a line of clean fragrances for your skin. They're ethically sourced. The fragrances are vegan, using no animal byproducts. They're clean in terms of the ingredients. There's no chemicals that will make your head ache or itch, or make your skin itch, I should say. I really like the commitment to naturality, the commitment to sustainability. We don't have to feel guilt when we're purchasing fragrances from Saint Rose. This is the scent that I wanted to focus your attention on. It is called French Poetry. It's an eau de parfum. It's not available on Fragrantica. That's how new this scent is. And this is a really warm floral vanilla. A very attractive floral vanilla. Men, you can wear this, but I think this fragrance will kill it on a woman. I think this fragrance would absolutely destroy on a woman. It is so attractive, so well done. It's a very creamy floral. It almost comes across like a ylang fragrance. Let me double check and see something. French Poetry. I really dig this juice. I mean, look at this dark color. Look at that ambery color. When this sits on the counter at Bergdorf amongst Saint Rose fragrances, it really stands out because all of Saint Rose fragrances are absolutely clear. All of them. They look like water. Again, very clean. But this ambery texture, it's so beautiful. I love the way it looks. The color just screams alive. And this fragrance features ingredients: Italian bergamot, pear skin, pink pepper, freesia, French lily of the valley, gardenia, jasmine, and musk. Base notes of amber, sandalwood, tonka, and vanilla. I definitely get a little bit of the bergamot in the beginning, a slight spiciness coming from the pink pepper, but it drives really into the florals. When I tell you the florals pop out fast, they are beautiful. The florals in this fragrance, I think, are just next level. It's a floral take on vanilla. It's a floral vanilla. And again, men will wear this and smell really good in it. But to me, this fragrance is a beautiful fragrance for feminine tastes. An amazing fragrance for feminine taste. If you love a floral vanilla, or if you love vanilla, but you want a vanilla you can wear in the spring, as well as the cold. A vanilla that, I wouldn't wear this in the summer though. I wouldn't suggest this being worn in the summer, but I do think this fragrance would kill in summer evenings because of that floral style. I just think this fragrance is beautifully sexy and pretty. This is the type of scent I want to put my nose to over and over. Wear this on a date, ladies or guys. You know, if a guy want to come across a little unexpected, this is an excellent option. I'm very much into encouraging men and women to not wear what you're supposed to wear, to focus on your skin and how your skin reacts to a certain fragrance you're into. regardless of who it's marketed to. Because again, and I see this all the time, marketing companies, excuse me, marketing divisions within fragrance companies have absolutely no clue. Most people in marketing positions in the fragrance world came from makeup and skincare. Very few fragrance lovers, very few fragrance experts end up marketing perfume. And so they don't know who they're talking to. They don't know who their audience is because they don't even understand perfume. I'm going to just be honest with you. So I never listen to marketing companies when they try to suggest whatever I should wear. I focus on the scent and put it on my skin and let my skin be the judge. My skin will choose a scent and disqualify a scent for me. So I don't need to listen to a marketing company. I just trust my skin. And I would suggest you do the same and get your nose on this. This is a hard fragrance to experience, I gotta admit. It's, I don't even think we have samples of it yet at Bergdorf. It launched just recently and it's next level. If you love vanilla, get your nose on French Poetry. I really dig the name. French Poetry is sick. It's a sick name for a perfume. Yeah, and of course the sandalwood, the tonka, the amber, an amazing combination of creamy notes and flowers. That's it. That's all I can say about French Poetry. It stays on skin for a long time and it projects, I gotta say also. So very, very beautiful fragrance, beautiful color. I still can't get over that juice. Ah, that's so sexy. That amber color, my thing. Oh boy. And of course, last but not least, guys, and here, let me show you, let me share with you my screen real quick so you can get some information about French Poetry. And boom, here we are. So this fragrance was designed this year, came out this year, well, last year, but came out late last year, December. So I kind of consider that a 2024 release, even though it was released in 2023. And it was just released. The perfumer is Caroline Sabas. I've never even heard of this person. I'm curious. I have heard of this person. Never mind. You or Someone Like You. I love that fragrance. She also did Rebelle by Rihanna. She did Vetiver by Commodity, which I also like. Okay, so this woman has done, you know, some interesting fragrances. Wow, she did Cannabis Santal by Fresh. That's insane. The reason why that's insane, guys, is because Fresh was launched by the founders of my brand, The Maker. Yeah, The Maker, Fresh, the founders of Fresh founded The Maker, which is the brand that I work for at Bergdorf Goodman and manage in the store. But yeah, this woman, she did Cannabis Santal. She's a legend, in my opinion. That fragrance is sick. But yeah, so Caroline Sabas, she did French Poetry, and it's just insane. I wish there were a little bit more feedback that we can go off. You can't find this fragrance even listed on Fragrantica, which I find very, very weird. But is it an excellent fragrance? Is it one of the better vanilla fragrances released over the last couple of years? I would say it's definitely a great, great option, worthy of considering. That's my opinion. I'm sticking with it. Let's see, what's going on? Montrese, what's going on, bro? Got Orange Theory, New Year's resolution. Okay. Need Francis K to release something in the regular Dior men's collection. I appreciate that. I'm curious, like, I would imagine the new Dior fragrance for men, hopefully it's not a Sauvage. Hopefully it's something new. I would love to see what they do as well. I'm really curious. I'm really, really curious what Francis Kurkdjian will do for men. I definitely would try this one. The notes are intriguing. Okay. Demand E. What's going on, supply and demand? Hello, E. Hello, E. Loving the Maker's Lover. Richard, I'm glad you love the Maker's Lover. Honestly, Lover is sick. So sick, so sick. And I'm not saying it again because I work for the brand. I'm saying it because I feel very connected to the scent. It's just, it screams me also. The scent is definitely down my alley in terms of like the style, the vibe, the longevity, the way it lives, the way it projects. Like this, yeah, Lover is love. Lover is so much love. um, so guys, also I wanted to talk to you all. Yeah, this is the Lover vibe. So I wanted to talk to you all about a fragrance that I just like. I don't have the bottles because my colleagues over at Guerlain, they have a corporate guest coming by toward the end of the afternoon, so I couldn't grab the testers of two fragrances that I wanted to talk to you about. One was Feve Gourmand, the other was Neroli Plein Sud, which is Neroli Travels South. Whew. Okay, let's talk about it right now because I'm really, really a fan. I don't have the bottle, but I'm going to share with you my screen so you see what it looks like. Guys, Neroli Plein Sud. I am really a fan. I'm probably likely going to buy it. I'm likely going to pick this fragrance up. I love Neroli. Neroli is one of my favorite ingredients in fragrance. And this is an experience of Neroli that I do not have. This is an experience of Neroli I've never smelled before. That's what I feel is so awesome about this fragrance. Neroli is, by the way, I found it fascinating that that Guerlain's most popular fragrance is their Neroli Outre Noir or Outre Noir. I don't know. I'm being very extra. And my pronunciations. But Neroli Outre Noir is a very, very floral Neroli, expected Neroli, beautiful Neroli, French Neroli, not sexy, but expensive smelling, clean, right? But very floral, very, very pretty, very feminine. Men can easily wear it though. But Neroli Plein Sud, guys, oh man, is this an amazing Neroli. I sprayed it on my hand at 2:30. I still smell it 4 hours later. It's not a weak fragrance. Outre Noir by the Neroli Outre Noir is that how you pronounce it? Anyway, the Neroli, the other Neroli, the first Neroli, it's a lot more, again, a green expected floral Neroli. Neroli Plein Sud, this Neroli fragrance is a spicy, woody Neroli. It smells like clean soap with spices. It smells like this is probably one of the most expensive soapy experiences I've ever smelled. It has a barbershop style to it. There's something barbershoppy about it. Like I get almost like a shaving foam backbone, but oh my God, is this insane. Delphine Jelk, the new fragrance maker for Guerlain, the new perfumer for Guerlain, she's, in my opinion, putting her whole foot in Guerlain. Like her whole foot is in Guerlain, and in a good way. And this is me saying, damn girl. Delphine is killing her job. I feel like she is taking Thierry Voss's baton and she's running with it. And I mean, she's lapping right now. Neroli Plein Sud. Okay. Cinnamon, ginger, Moroccan Neroli, turmeric, vetiver. Have you ever heard of a Neroli fragrance featuring turmeric, ginger, and cinnamon? I've heard of Neroli and ginger, but I've never heard of Neroli and cinnamon. I never heard of a Neroli fragrance that is so spicy. I've never smelled one until I have today. I put this on today for the first time and I was absolutely blown away. The cool thing also about this fragrance compared to a lot of Neroli fragrances, this is not a Neroli you smell. This is not a Neroli that you can this is not a Neroli you would expect. This is also a very masculine leaning Neroli, but women can easily wear it because again, it smells clean. It's it's next level. It is sexy. I've noticed that certain people on Fragrantica, for instance, really crapped on it, and I'm gonna share with you what I'm talking about. And I was absolutely blown away by it because, like, honestly, sometimes when I'm on Fragrantica, it just blows my mind how horrible people's tastes are. Um, Neroli, it blows my mind how bad people's tastes are. Oh yeah, Outre Noir, Renoir. Anyway, this Guerlain, by the way, this Guerlain Neroli is this is the Neroli you would wear in hot weather, basically. And this, by the way, has become Guerlain's #1 seller in their niche collection. I'm blown away. So it's Neroli Autre Noir uh, and Angelique Noir. Those are the two top sellers from Guerlain. Completely unexpected, as I would have thought Spiritus, Tonka Imperial, but Neroli Autre Noir. I'm like, that's kind of shocking. Um, but yeah, let me get you guys to smell, like to see this to see this real quick. Neroli Plein. Yes. So let me share with you, like, so Fragrantica describes it as a warm, spicy, white, floral, citrus, fresh, earthy. Ah, it's a deep, 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 deep Neroli. Look at this rating, 3.8 out of 5, 32 votes. I don't understand how this fragrance is underneath a 4.2. I don't see it. I don't understand. I feel like more people with good taste need to vote so they can like put their you know put their opinion out there, because honestly bad opinions are winning out. This fragrance, again, ginger, turmeric, cinnamon in the top, neroli, orange blossom in the mid, vetiver, sandalwood in the base. It has a really, really high rating as far as longevity and sillage. And the fragrance, in my opinion, is easily unisex, but it leans more masculine, in my opinion. But it's fresh, it's clean. I think women will smell amazing in it. But in my opinion, also, that Guerlain, the niche Guerlain line is definitely feminine friendly. So I'm glad that they created a neroli fragrance that is definitely speaking to more masculine taste. Although, again, women will kill with this on their skin. I feel like this is one of the best neroli fragrances I've smelled in a very, very long time. I can't even recall a neroli fragrance that I enjoyed more than this. This is present, it's strong. Most neroli fragrances on me go in like 4 to 5 hours. This, I've already had it on my skin for that amount of time and it's still pushing. I can put my hand below my nose and it'll hit my nose, you know? All great signs, all excellent, excellent signs. I'm really, really impressed. I'm so impressed. I think this might be, this is definitely getting in my bag. You know, it's 3 and change. The 200 ml is 5 and change. I do feel like if you're going to spend $300 on a neroli fragrance, this has to be the one. Autre Noir, I don't wear. I have to put that on and really give it some light and see what see what it's doing. I might do a comparison and like figure it out, but both of them can easily be worn by anyone. But I feel like Autre Noir definitely like a hers, whereas Neroli Plein Sud is definitely more his. So his and hers, but anyone can wear either. Just gotta say that. But yeah, it is sickly, sickly, sickly good on me. I definitely noticed the spices. I'm just absolutely blown away by this fragrance. And that's not, I don't know. I don't know why people were knocking it. I really don't understand. You get longevity, you get interesting, you get unique. You get very, very high quality neroli. Like this neroli is pops. It pops on skin. The orange blossom in the fragrance is there, and it adds to the floral, citrusy, clean nature of the fragrance. But it's not like a Jo Malone orange blossom. It's not like an older person orange blossom. Again, nothing too serious. But it smells expensive. It smells very, very spicy and expensive. I've never smelled a more expensive smelling Neroli fragrance. Yeah, that's my take. It's freaking awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Neroli Plein Sud by Guerlain. An amazing option if you're a gentleman or if you're a woman who loves Neroli. You're gonna just be, I think you're gonna be very impressed with this, and hopefully enough people will respond and lift these weirdo ratings out of the dumps. Again, this is not a fragrance you're going to expect, and I feel like because of that unexpected character to the scent, some people are going to read it as not good. Or some people are not going to be able to understand it and will knock it, or will not understand it and will not appreciate it. But I feel like this is definitely, it's artistic, it's wearable, and that's also a great thing because usually artistic scents are not the most wearable. But this is impressive, wearable, long lasting. I'm a fan. This is the most expensive Neroli scent I've ever smelled. And I'm sure there's some really good ones. There's some good Neroli options, I'm sure, in other luxury brands, but wow. That's all I gotta say. Guerlain just impresses the hell out of me, guys. Like, I feel like Guerlain is just special. It's just a very, very special brand. They just are next level to me. I love Guerlain. I think Guerlain, Comme des Garçons is always going to be my #1 fragrance line, especially in the designer world. But Guerlain, I think, is #2 after Comme des Garçons, in my opinion. And then comes Chanel, Hermes, and then Dior. Those are my top 5. Guerlain is definitely past Dior and Chanel and Hermes to be my #2. I love Guerlain now. Like Guerlain, I'm just so, everything they do, I'm just loving. I'm just so impressed by. And finally, guys, well, actually not finally, but we'll talk about it now, and then I'll go back to the other Guerlain. So this fragrance, Jubilation 40 for dudes. Oh, damn. So if you are a fan of Jubilation 25, you got to smell Jubilation 40. That's all I got to tell you guys. Like, if you are a fan of the original, oh my God, do you have to smell Jubilation 40. I do feel, though, if you are a guy or a woman who purchased Jubilation 25 before they made magnetic caps, this might not make sense to you. This might not make sense to own, because honestly, guys, this kind of reminds me of the original formulation of Jubilation 25. The more intense, the more deep. This smells kind of like a flanker from that. It's very, very beautiful, very impressive. It makes this era's versions, like 2023, 2024 bottles of Jubilation 25, this to me makes that fragrance obsolete. It makes it obsolete. Why would you buy that if this exists, unless you don't want to spend the amount of money that this costs? In my opinion, this scent and its performance and how it lives on skin is worth the extra amount of money over the original Jubilation 25. Jubilation 40, the 40 refers to the amount of fragrance oils in the bottle. That's the concentration number. So this is well over a pure parfum. Usually pure parfum fragrances, I believe, if anything, they start above 26% concentration. So this is a very, very intense experience. On me, it lasts for an entire work day. It's not a projector. It's not a scent that you'll notice projects in the air. Have a good night, Carol. But man, is it insane. It's a beautiful, beautiful experience. fruity, and it kind of reminds me of dried fruits. Very expensive smelling, very exotic. Oh, oh my gosh, Jubilation 40, man. Wow. Okay, I'm just gonna. This is gonna own me for today. That's right. 40% oils. Overspray you. Why not? Um. Oh man, is it in my mouth? Yes. That's how you know I'm spraying it well. Um. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful experience. It's not my bottle, so I can do it. I can abuse it. um, Guys, Jubilation 40. It is special. One of the best releases that I smelled from Amouage, in my opinion. Um, I I'm kind of like on the fence when it comes to the new Amouage aesthetic. That um, what's his name? Renaud Salmon. It's like the new creative director. He took over for Christopher Chung, who used to be the man at Amouage. Christopher Chung, in my opinion, is just a very creative director. So I really, really appreciated the direction of his fragrances, or the direction, or his direction when he was leading Amouage. Mr. Salmon, Mr. Salmon, from the new creative director at Amouage, has decided to create, I guess you could say, flankers of some of the more iconic fragrances from the collection and make them extrays, essentially. Make them extremely, extremely concentrated. And I think he's done an amazing job in recreating those iconic fragrances from Amouage. And Jubilation 40 is no exception. To me, this is amazing. It makes the original. This makes you want to, like, honestly, if you could find old bottles of the original, I would highly suggest going for it. Um, because if you could find someone who sells it, of course, don't go crazy, because a lot of people are ruthless, and a lot of people aren't, they don't have a lot of people have no morals. So, be careful who you get what from. But if you can find someone who's trustworthy that can get you a bottle of the original Jubilation 25, do yourself a favor and get that fragrance. It is such a beautiful experience of fruits, resins, spices, and woods. So what's in Jubilation 25? Oh, excuse me, Jubilation 40. Um, what's in Jubilation 40? Well, Jubilation 40 has blackberry, blackcurrant, divana, which is a sick flower, labdanum, rosemary, orange. And that's one thing. Amouage loves to go with those aromatic spices like rosemary and oregano, thyme. Fascinating how they do that. The heart notes are cinnamon, bay rum, celery seed, clove, frankincense, rose, and Scotch broom. What the hell? Base notes: apopanax, myrrh, ambergris, cedarwood, cistus, musk, oud, patchouli, gaiac wood, and moss. Bertrand Duchaufour, one of my favorite perfumers of all time, made this fragrance. Duchaufour, to me, is an absolute top 5 amazing fragrance maker. He's in my top 5. He's on my Mount Rushmore with an extra head, because I like 5, not 4. But yeah, like, this dude is definitely one of the best artistic fragrance makers. He does do well with commercial fragrances, but I feel like Bertrand's sweet spot it's art. He makes artistic experiences that are not always commercial, but they are so beautiful. And I think he did an excellent job with Jubilation 40. Yeah, it's sick. It is so good. Honestly, I wish it were more of a projector. I wish it pushed more. It stays close, but anyone who comes near you is going to be impressed. You're going to smell more expensive than anyone in the room when you're wearing Jubilation 40. You're going to smell more exclusive than other people in the room when you're wearing Jubilation 40. And honestly, with that price point, you're better. Because at that price point, you shouldn't have to, like, settle. It should be all those things for what you pay to buy this fragrance. But honestly, out of the, they have Jubilation. There's, I think they did Interlude in the number. I think they did Reflection in the number. To me, my favorite of all of them is Jubilation. I do like the way Reflection, whatever number, smells like. I do like that. But I just really, really dig Jubilation. Go figure. I love dark scents. That's what it is, guys. But yeah, Jubilation 40, guys. It's a sick fragrance. I also wanted to share with you my last fragrance that I wanted to talk to you all about is something that I have on my left hand. And it's from Guerlain as well. And the fragrance is called, it's called Feve Gourmande. So Feve Gourmande, guys, came out late last year. And this fragrance is basically a remake of Gourmand Coquin or Coquin. Gourmand Coquin by Guerlain, which was a discontinued fragrance from many years ago. Why is this fragrance special? Why did people literally harass Guerlain for this fragrance to be re-released? Because it is probably one of the most interesting takes on a boozy chocolate scent in the world of perfume. Cocoa is really heavy in this scent, and with the rum and the cocoa, you get this very, very, very exotic smelling, rich smelling chocolate fragrance that is absolutely edible. I want to bite that fragrance. So you can imagine it makes a great date scent and a great fragrance to just communicate sensuality. One thing I noticed about it, on my skin, it's very, very in between when it comes to longevity. I get about 4 to 6 hours depending on my skin, where I wear it. When I wear it here, I get more time than when I wear it here, which is obvious, because you bend your arms a lot, so it keeps the scent from evaporating fast. But Feve Gourmande, it's beautiful. It is such a sexy, sexy gourmand fragrance. And I really, really am happy that they brought it back out. When I first smelled this scent, when it was called Gourmand Coquin, I found it beautiful, but I also found it to be I wouldn't have worn that fragrance before because I found like it was a little too pretty. When I'm smelling it today, I don't get pretty, I get beautiful. And that's why I think men could easily wear this scent, even though it is marketed to feminine tastes. This is the second or the third fragrance on this list, with these other two being the first two. These are two fragrances that I like to share. These are scents that I like to share with men. Do not be nervous, guys. Do not be scared. Even though fragrances sometimes are marketed to women and I'm suggesting them to you, do not be nervous, because you're not going to smell pretty. And any of the fragrances that I'm mentioning to you that women wear that you could easily put on, you're not going to smell pretty. And with your skin chemistry, usually men have a totally different skin chemistry to women, and your skin chemistry will likely butch up these fragrances that I'm saying women could wear. Do not be nervous. I would not have you out in these streets smelling pretty, unless you want to, But Feve Gourmande, guys, it is just a really, really beautiful take on on cocoa, spices, and rum. It's a very boozy cocoa with tons of spices, but the spice isn't overdone. It doesn't come across too Moroccan or too Middle Eastern. It's just a very French gourmand, but done in a way that's not over the top. I feel like if this fragrance was way too strong, it would probably come across a little basic and a little unsophisticated. And this is a very sophisticated take on a chocolate or cocoa fragrance. So Feve Gourmande, I definitely had to mention this fragrance. I'm very, very into it. It's one of the newer fragrances from Guerlain. They released 10 scents last year. A lot. you know, they're going off. Delphine Jelk is definitely making her money and definitely earning her money with all the work she's been doing over the last couple of years. And there's so much more that they're coming out with this year. I'm really excited to see what Guerlain puts out. But Neroli, Plein Sud, beautiful take on Neroli. Feve Gourmande, beautiful take on cocoa and spices, although Neroli will last a lot longer, and I mean a lot longer. A lot longer. This fragrance is not relenting. It's not chilling. It is continuing. I'm just smelling a spicy soapiness, like one of the richest soap fragrances I've ever experienced. And I wouldn't call it a soap fragrance. It's a Neroli fragrance, but it gives off clean in a very expensive way. I just keep talking about it because I just love it. I love it. I love it. I also love her. So guys, hit me up if you want samples. You know where to go. Hit me up on simplyputscents@gmail.com. If you'd like samples, again, make sure you leave your address, your shipping address, so I can mail you a sample of the new Lover fragrance. I would love to invite you, if you are in New York or if you're visiting New York, to come to Bergdorf and allow me to offer you an amazing one-on-one experience that will be catered to your taste, that will be catered to your lifestyle, that would be absolutely fun. And yeah, I would love to give you an experience here. This is a luxury store, and I will make sure you get a luxury experience here in this old ass store. But guys, I'm so grateful for you all checking out this video and smelling or checking out the new fragrances that I had in mind for you all to experience and check out. It's $700 though. Wow. Oh, Myriad. Ah, Myriad. Okay. See, I'm into that, bro. Like my volume is low. Oh man, I'm sorry. Sorry, my volume is low, Kennedy. And Raphael, it was my absolute pleasure to meet you too, brother. Hope you're well. Yo, oh wow, get out. I love how you put that, supply and demand. Jubilation 40 smells like a world leader. Yo, that is too funny. I could see it. I could easily see it. Definitely smells like a boss, you know? I think all of these fragrances are bossy, you know? All of them will have you smelling expensive, you know? But in terms of price point, fair price point, you're spending under $200 for this. You're spending under $200 for these, you know. Not all of these fragrance options are expensive. Lover by my brand, The Maker, is $175, you know. So not all these fragrances that I mentioned to you are uber expensive. You know, I like to share with you some options and give you some alternatives from various price points. So hopefully you appreciate it. Hopefully you'll come through and check out these fragrances. Oh, you have Lover samples now. Met you in New York last week. Had the pleasure of smelling it in a wonderful conversation. Gabby, how are you? Thank you so much for coming by. I am so glad, and it was such a pleasure to meet you. And yeah, I do have samples. I finally got some, so yeah. But Gabs, it was such a, oh wow, I gotta tell you, I really enjoyed my time with you, Gabby, and I cannot wait to see you and meet you again. Yeah, if you want a bottle of Lover, you know who to call. Oh no. Well, guys, I just wanted to share that I am absolutely grateful for you all. It was an absolute pleasure. I'm so glad that you were able to come by and check out this latest video of me talking about some awesome new fragrances that you can find here at Bergdorf. Finally, Vanilla Sex is out for sale. Vanilla Sex will be in Bergdorf, I believe, the 19th. So Sephora, it's like a monopoly, you know, in the world of perfume. And Sephora has a way of doing exclusive releases for a certain amount of weeks before anyone else gets to sell stuff. So for instance, Sephora was the first retailer to sell vanilla sex, and they had an exclusive over it for a certain amount of weeks. So other stores are not going to be able to sell vanilla sex until the middle of January. Yeah. So fascinating stuff, guys. Please hit me up for a sample of Lover. I would love to share it with you. I think you're going to find it very beautiful. I think you're going to love Lover. I really do. I think you're all going to love Lover. I feel like it's going to be a hard scent to hate. It's really going to be a hard scent to hate, especially if you're a collector. It's, you know, like, honestly, I was thinking about it when I was evaluating the scent. I was thinking about what fragrances do I want to wear? What scent style would I want to put on me? And I love Lover. I want to wear it all the time, especially because I get so many compliments when I put it on. When I put that scent on, I get so many people asking me, what are you wearing? What are you wearing? What are you wearing? What are you wearing? And yeah, so when you hear that type of response, you're like, oh, yes, let me hear more, please. Um, yeah, so I'm gonna hit you up for Lover samples. Thank you. Please do. And I'm so glad you could catch the live too, Gabs. Thank you so much for coming by. I'm super excited for Lover now. We'll definitely have to email you about a sample. Definitely hope I can get back to New York soon too and stop by and chat again. Honestly, I'd be absolutely honored, Gabs. But again, you don't have to come back to the store. I can bring Bergdorf to you. You just share with me the style of fragrances you're into, and I will send you some samples for you to choose from or for you to consider and wear and see how it lives on you. And this way you can get to really, really examine, you know, what the fragrance is doing on you before you make any purchases. Yeah, Tom Ford, yeah, they went the Sephora route. Sephora is I'm telling you, Sephora is a huge monopoly in the fragrance world. It's really, really difficult to be a successful brand, especially if you're doing fragrances that are in the designer or commercial world and you're not using Sephora as a supporter or a partner. It's really, really hard because they have such a stranglehold over the beauty industry, an absolute stranglehold. I wore Stag on New Year's Eve. Okay, supply and demand. That's an amazing fragrance too. Stag is the bomb. It's a boss in a bottle fragrance. You Are the Man, Lover is so good. Marshall. I hope you got my email today, bro. And honestly, I would love to invite you on my channel next week even, because like, you know, the Fragrantica Awards went through, like Fragrantica did their like awards thing for fragrances and everyone had to vote on them. I would love to, like, let's do this. We can talk about, like, because I wanted to talk about that next week. So maybe you could join me this time next week, Wednesday, 6 to 7. And we can basically, you can give your picks for the categories and I can give my picks for the category, or what fragrance I think should have won or what fragrance you think should have won. And we can compare notes and talk about, like, you know, the categories. You know, it could be fun. I would love to talk about that with you, my man. Because I found those fragrance awards on Fragrantica fascinating. You know, basic taste definitely prevailed in that contest. So I would love to get your impression, your opinion, and what fragrances you thought were deserving to be the winner based on, you know, what you think. And yeah, it would be awesome. But yo, thank you so much for coming through, Marshall. It was an absolute pleasure. Oh, and guys, Marshall, what's your channel again? Because honestly, this guy right here, I would love for you all to check out his channel before I jump out of here. Marshall is an amazing, amazing guy. I met him, he came to Bergdorf, and it was like I've known this man for many, many more years than I met him, you know? It was like we connected like that, you know? So great, great guy. And Marshall, if you can, please, please, please quickly type your channel in the comment section so people can check you out, bro. Yo, let's go. Hit me back. Papa Bear, I'd love to review Lover on my channel. Would you mind? Are you kidding me? Bro, are you kidding me? Hit me up with your address and hit me up with your address. ASAP, Papa Bear. Like, simplyputscents@gmail.com. I will definitely share with you some samples for you to experience, try, and talk about. And just email me. just email me. I will definitely take care of you, bro. Um, Naxos ended up being the best niche of all times. Absolutely not. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I don't agree. I don't agree. No. I don't hate it. I think Naxos is excellent. I think Naxos is a legend. Is it the best niche fragrance of all time? No. Not to me, at least. Well, let's go. Like, next week we can talk about this. Yes, on TikTok, my man's channel is Real Scent Addict. Are you on YouTube also, Marshall? Um, if not, you gotta get on YouTube, bro. But yeah, gang, you are on YouTube. I could have sworn I could have sworn I followed you on YouTube. Anyway, yeah, this guy right here, great guy, amazing taste. Um, yeah, hit him up, Marshall Hawkins, the man. Check out Scent Addict, Real Scent Addict. You'll be very happy you did. Um, I'm with you on Naxos. Come on, that's like, come on, like that is the most. That's like, yeah, like the people who gave that as the best niche fragrance of all time definitely said Sauvage is the best fragrance for men. Definitely the same type of people. It's just like, yeah. I mean, Naxos is excellent, but the best? I don't know about that. Okay, Papa Bear, Cars and Cologne YouTube. Okay, Papa Bear also, great guy, great channel. Check him out. I really dig Papa Bear's channel. You can check him out at Cars and Cologne, is his YouTube joint. And I'll be checking you out. And Papa Bear, you should join too on my YouTube channel. We could talk about fragrances also. I also want to start adding my audience members onto the actual platform. I can basically send you all a link in the chat and add certain people and bring you on, and we could talk about what your newest finds are, and we could talk about whatever. It would be really cool. I'm gonna start doing that more. I'm gonna start like inviting my chat members to come through and join me in the live so we can have more of an engaging, interactive experience on here. But anyway, guys, I am absolutely tired. I got to get the hell out of here. Anyway, it was such a pleasure. I'm very grateful for you all. I hope you all join me next week, and hopefully I can get Mr. Marshall on and we can talk about what our thoughts were on that latest result of awards on Fragrantica. Because, man, whew, some people, I don't know what they're smelling. I really don't. But anyway, guys, it was a pleasure to speak to you. It was a pleasure to see you all, a pleasure to chat with you all, a pleasure to share with you some really awesome new scents that I hope you appreciated knowing about. Anyway, I'm out. I'm gone. I'm about to take my butt home, get me some food, relax, and just easy breezy it for the rest of the night. Anyway, guys, it was a pleasure to chat with you all. I hope you're all blessed. I hope you're all well. Have a blessed night. I'm that cologne guy E. This is Simply Put Scents, and I'm Simply OUT. Peace.